Yo, what's happening, everybody, man? Me and Dave gonna get into some stuff tonight, man. We definitely got to talk about how the Vikings are underdogs against the fucking Lions, bro. We're gonna get into that right after this. What's happening, everybody? What's happening, man? Y'all make sure hit that like button. Hit the like button, man. The Vikings are underdogs against the Lions, bro. That's all I got to say. That's crazy to me. But Dave's second favorite team, man. Dave and Justin Dave's second favorite team.
Yeah, that's what you hear. You were talking about earlier in the season how much we love the North, all the teams in the North. We're brothers, man.
I know,
You in
right?
Detroit, the Motor City Kitties, man. We love you. I mean, how often did I
Nah,
have to hear that earlier in the season?
no, I ain't never that
You
soft.
Never said that.
I ain't never that soft.
Who went on a Detroit Lions
Maybe
show
micro,
and gave a guy a bro hug through YouTube?
yeah, yeah. Oh, you mean the guy you sent me today talking about you reaching out
Mike.
to that you're trying to go on live with? You mean that guy?
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Micro, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. That was a good show
Really?
you guys did. I actually watched that one.
Yeah, he shouted me out earlier on his show too. I tapped in. He knows we about to play, boy. What's up, Grandizer, man? Yeah, we live, man. We live on the we live every Tuesday at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time on the Purple Coat. Every Tuesday, and then I'm gonna start going live on Wednesdays, kind of solo dolo, so I can just ramble, man. Y'all know I like to talk. That's a free day for me where I can just go live and talk shit on Purple Pocket. But yeah, man, what's happening? Toy box. Hey, I forgot about you, man. What's up, man? Let me get that. Get that apology, man. I need that public apology. Even though he had a decent game, I still need a public apology. I saw the video where Dave said Darisaw is not worth the pick. Two even a hope stirring the pot already. Let's get it. That's my boy. Vikiologist, man. Appreciate you. SKOL. Appreciate you.
Vikiologist, man. What's up?
Josh, appreciate you tapping in, Josh. I see you, Josh. I see you.
Hey, Vikiologist, I think I sent you a DM on Twitter a while back trying to get you on a show. Gotta check. Yeah. You gotta. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get the message, but hey, reach out to me, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. But yeah, we got the Lions coming up, man. It's Lions week, so obviously that's the topic at hand. We don't really need to talk about the Jets anymore. We done did that. You know what I mean? Handled business how we were supposed to handle business. Now we got the Detroit Lions. Okay. Now this is my thing. We're underdogs in this game, surprisingly. That's crazy. That's crazy that we underdogs. I disagree with being underdogs in this game. At the end of the day, we're 10-2, and we're playing the Lions that are 5-7. I don't care if we sit here and say, "Oh, the Lions are a good football team." They're 5-7. Okay, they're 5-7, guys. They beat. Matter of fact, I want to do this because I actually was going through this. All right, they're 5-7, right? Let's talk about their wins really quick. These are the teams that they beat. They beat the Washington Commanders. All right. Then they lost 29-0 to the Patriots. We'll just throw that out there. They lost 24-6 to the Cowboys, which we got blown out by the Cowboys too, but it is what it is. They also lost to the Dolphins. They beat Green Bay Packers 15-9. We give them that. You know what I mean? They beat the Bears by 1 point. And then they beat the Giants, and then they beat the Jaguars. Okay. Every team they name is garbage. They garbage. They beat a bunch of garbage teams. All right. They ain't beat nobody. So I ain't worrying about them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Quit playing with us, man. I gotta give them the Giants, maybe, because the Giants are 7-3. But other than that, shit, why are we underdogs? I'm still trying to figure that out.
Giants are what, 7-3-1 now? Or is it 7-4
Yeah, I
and
think
1?
it's 7. Oh no,
3
7-3-1. Yeah, because they got a tie.
7-3 and 1.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, how they
Crazy.
tie? Like what? I would feel less
Well,
of a man.
they tied to Washington last week.
Yeah, I would feel less of a man walking out of a football game with a tie. This ain't soccer, man. They need to
I
get rid of
blame
that
that.
shit.
I blame that going down to 10 minutes instead of 15. That just
They need to get rid of that tie shit, man. You know, they need to get rid of that tie shit, man. Like, it's just like, bro, these are men that are out there like sweating. I mean, hitting each other over and over. To walk out with a tie, it would just be heartbreaking. And they definitely need to switch that rule. Play until somebody gives up. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody says, you know what, we'll just let them kick the field goal. But Rat, it never takes Rat Law to stir the pot. Dave eases into it a bit slow. Yeah, I always stir the pot, man. Underdog. Yeah, Granddogs. Are we underdogs, man? We underdogs, bro. That's crazy. Against the Detroit Lions. That's what makes it even worse. You know? I mean, I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I really don't, man. Being a 10-2 team, I just don't get how we could be underdogs. But this is what it is, man. What are we looking for in this game? I think Jameson Williams is playing a little bit more.
Is he back?
Yeah, I seen an article where they said they might he's gonna get a lot more playing time than he did last week. I guess he got a couple snaps last week.
So what are you thinking? Like, Watson has like 7 touchdowns in like 4 games or something like that, and like,
the guy you said, that's from the North Dakota Summit, the Summit League, right? Yeah, the Summit League guys that you said wasn't gonna be that, man. Balling out, ain't he?
I didn't say it wasn't gonna be anything.
No, you said he wasn't gonna be that good. Now you said he's the Summit League guy. Come on now.
I said don't get too excited about him. He's in the Summit League. But anyways,
he's doing his thing. He is. He's doing
the fact that you're praising these Packers, man, and they praising Jameson Williams now, and you got this hard on for other receivers in the league when you got Justin Jefferson.
No, I'm praising him at all. I'm just
putting him in the same category as Justin Jefferson. No, but hey, I mean, physically
he is. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he is. He has been doing good, like touchdown wise, right?
So it makes you wonder, like, God, what's Jameson Williams gonna be like? Because he was my number 1 guy coming out of there. There's 3 guys I wanted to draft at that number 12 spot, and he was one of them. Yeah. And they all went 12, 13, 14 right after we traded. The 3 guys I wanted in that spot all got drafted 12, 13, 14th, and then we were traded all the way down to 32 or 31? 32.
I think Jameson Williams is gonna be like CeeDee Lamb. Like if I had to make a comp, like I think he's gonna be like CeeDee Lamb, which isn't bad. CeeDee Lamb's actually coming around. CeeDee Lamb's definitely coming around. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a decent player already, but
there's just so many damn good receivers in this league.
There is though, like all receivers, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, like all these rookie receivers are just balling. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that.
It's like the last 3 years, like none of them were misses almost, except for Rager.
Talk about Rap should be the DC instead of Donna. Y'all ain't want me to be the DC. I'm blitzing every play, man. Y'all gonna be calling for my job after the first week. They're gonna be like, man, get Rap the fuck out of there, man. That boy need to be fired.
Now he's calling him Donna, and he calls Kurt.
The offense is open at you didn't read my text when Coleman was saying you need to have a punter on there. I was like, tell Dave to switch number 8 from Kirk Cousins to you. I bet you he won't do that. He gonna die on that hill.
I don't know how to do it. I didn't make that thing.
Oh, shit. I know. It was fun.
I would. I mean,
he was like, you need to see
to get him back on
there. Yeah, he was pretty
get him back on, man. I'll do anything to get him back on. That was amazing.
You'll do anything? You need to chill.
Oh, shut up.
Oh shit. Let me see. Let me Smith. Appreciate you tapping in with us. Let's see. In my opinion, I just feel the NFL world's not going to take us seriously until we win a chip. We've had a lot of Super Bowl caliber teams and always fall short. Yeah, that's true though. They always disrespect us, man. I mean, they always disrespect us. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think our team enjoys playing with the kind of underdog mentality, kind of like what the Eagles did in 2017. So Hopefully we can bust out like the dog mask or something too this playoffs and shit. That would be fire for the Vikings to do that. If they keep underestimating us and we just keep on trucking along, getting dubs, you feel me?
You know,
Because I
the
don't
cool
see
thing
us
about
losing no game.
I'm gonna do a video on playoff scenarios, and tell you the truth, we're gonna right now it would look like we would have an easier path than the Eagles would, because the Eagles got to play the Cowboys, in the playoffs, and we won't have to. The way it's sitting right now. So that is crazy that we could potentially, let's say Eagles win and we're number 2, they're number 1. We could play all 3 games at home, because they might lose the next round to the Cowboys, and we're playing the Cowboys at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm not gonna let my chickens hatch yet, but geez, that's I feel like we got an easier path.
Let's see. I've upgraded Kirk's name to Kurto. He should be happy. Sweet but a hoe. SKOL Mafia, man. My SKOL bro in the building, man. He said Rager needs more touches. Yeah, that's a fact. I'm
not gonna lie. He's caught the ball well when he's been thrown to.
Yeah, I think we all agree with that, man. Rager definitely deserves some touches, man. He definitely. I love it. Blitz every day. You would be my favorite defensive coordinator. There we go. Hey, rap for DC, man. Hashtag rap for DC, man. I'm in there. No,
I haven't gone back and looked at. I haven't gone back and looked at that. The game. Usually do it play by play, and someone brought up the fact that we probably were more aggressive on defense in the first half. So I'm gonna go back and look at it. But yeah, it's just like we disappear, man, on defense.
Toy Box said, I'm at work and have to turn my volume off now. So whatever Dave says, I agree with. There you go, Toy Box. There you go.
I speak a lot of truth, man. I speak a lot of truth.
There you go. You got you a fan out here. Let's see. How many point underdogs are we? We're only one I think we're only one now. 1 point.
Yeah, I saw it was one. Apparently, it started out that we were like 2.5 games, but 2.5 points favored, and then people started betting on us, and it's recency bias. They killed their game. We didn't. It's at their field, so it's all the betting started going to Lions, and obviously because of that, they got to move the number.
It says, so I mean, really, it's a pick'em game, because it's only 1 point, but still, though, it's just the principle, though. Like, we're 10-2, they're 5-7. It's the principle. Like, quit playing with us, man, for real.
I mean, we were underdogs at home to the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, we were underdogs today, but the Cowboys ain't the Lions, though.
But we were at home.
It don't matter, man. The Cowboys ain't the damn Lion. We talking about the Lions? We talking about the Lions?
Yeah, the team we're about to play.
The Lions?
If we're not going to talk about the Lions, then what do we got to talk about?
Man, let's move on to the next game. Like, straight up. Like, for real. The Lions. Nah, they did beat us last year, though.
That is true. 96-yard drive. No time remaining.
Yeah, they beat us last year.
We had that was the pre-Donashell defense on that drive.
Yeah. But I mean, shit, hey, we always beat teams. We beat teams last year. You feel me? And we would still be underdogs this year. You know what I'm saying? If we played them. So they just disrespect us. I think that's what it's about. It's disrespect us.
Have we've been underdogs against the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Lions. Have we been underdogs against anybody else?
I can't remember. I don't think so. I thought we were underdogs against Washington too, but maybe not. I thought we were underdogs going in the Washington game.
I think it moved and then we became favored. I don't know, but if that would probably been the only other one, because I think we were favored. No, we were underdogs against the Packers.
Yeah. The first game.
No, we were favored. Sorry, we were 3-point favors against the Packers. Never mind. So we haven't been too disrespected. We haven't been touchdown favorites yet, but we haven't been too disrespected. But yeah, and being underdogs to the Lions is probably
being underdogs to the Lions is disrespectful.
that probably would be the game I'd pick out as being disrespectful, as being underdogs on the road. Even though we're on the road, it's the Lions and they're 5-7, like you said. But
Yeah, like
hey,
that's disrespectful.
it moved because of the betting. It moved because of the betting. Everybody's betting. We're betting on the Lions because they think they're insider information. Oh God, they scored 40 points last week. They won 4 of their last 5.
They're not about to do that 2 weeks in a row. They're not about to score 40 2 weeks in a row. So I don't know what the hell they think that shit gonna happen, but it's not. So I will be surprised if they score 40. I mean, honestly though, we probably will allow a lot of yards to Goff though. Goff might be a better QB than Kirk. I mean, this year his stats are a lot better, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's all around better. I don't know. I think his stats are better than his this year, maybe. I don't even know. I know he seems to throw for a bunch of yards, but then again, I don't follow Jared Goff like that, man. I don't follow the fucking Lions.
19 TDs, 7 interceptions,
19
3,000
TD.
yards.
Yeah, what is he
95 quarterback rating.
So he is better than Kirk Cousins this year. It's all right. That's all right. I ain't worrying about no fucking Jared Goff.
Since you're big on stats, yeah.
Oh no. I'm not big on stats. I'm not big on stats. That's the Kirk stands. That's the people like you and other people are big on those. Y'all bring those up when we talk about Kirk Cousins.
You said Whitehead had a better game than Kirk this last game because of his 300 and some yards.
Well, he did have a better individual game, just to point that game out because it just happened. But is he a better quarterback? Hell no. I don't care if the Jets been 10-0.
The fact that no touchdowns and 2 interceptions and 3 for 16 on third down, and he had a better game than Kirk.
I think he had a slightly better game than Kirk. Yeah, I think he did.
More interceptions, less touchdowns, worse.
Well, he threw the ball a lot more too. So I don't know, man.
Worse third down percentage. I mean, 1 for 6 in the red zone compared to 3 for 3. So yeah, I mean, might want to revisit that.
It don't matter, man. I mean, look. When it comes to Kirk and you, bro, like you don't think anybody's better than Kirk.
Well, I honestly just found it funny that you thought you over and over told me
think Kirk is better than Patrick Mahomes, bro. You might not want to admit it, but
absolutely never said that.
Obvious.
But you over and over again told me how White had a better game than him, and the only thing he beat him on was yards.
He had a little better game, I think.
And the only thing he beat him on was yards and the amount of times
he was hitting some on the money, man. Kirk had an off game, bro. Like Kirk, that was probably one of Kirk's worst game.
He had an off game in ESPN, and he had an off game, and that's what I said. He was off today. I said that. And you can go read your tweets, or your text message, But ESPN and PFF would agree with me that he did not have a worse game than White did.
Man, fuck PFF and fuck ESPN.
So White had a better game than Kirk.
To me, my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, because he threw more times and had more yards. Big stat guy, I guess.
Yeah, he had a good game, man. I think both quarterbacks had they didn't really have awesome games, but I just think he had a little bit better game, man. He just seemed like he was more in the zone, even because and his circumstances too. I just think he was more in the zone. Kirk has a bunch of weapons, he's been in this offense for a long time, even though it's a different offense, but he's just been a Viking for 4 years now, and it's all this. I expect more out of him, bro. We're comparing him to a quarterback that's been a backup for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Compared to somebody who's supposed to be top 10.
You know what I'm saying? In the league that long.
He's been in the league 4 years. He's been in the league 4 or 5 years. Yeah. It was 4 or 5 years. It's something like that. He got drafted in 2017.
Yeah. All right. He had a better game than Kirk then.
That's all right, man. I know it hurt your heart.
3 for 16 on third down, 1 for 6 in the red zone.
I know it hurt your heart, man. It's
lower QBR, lower quarterback rating, 2 picks compared to 0. Yeah, he had an awesome game.
I know it hurt your heart, man. It's all right.
Yeah, threw 57 times, man.
It hurts your heart, man. It's high. It's high.
I don't know. You think White had a better game? All right, cool.
Yeah, it's all right. What would be the most embarrassing loss this team have left? The Lions. By
Bears.
far the Lions. By
Lions
far
would be
the
the
Lions.
most embarrassing. The Bears are the worst team in the league right now.
I don't give a damn. We got history struggling with the Bears. We ain't got no history struggling with the Lions until last year. Before last year, we beat the Lions like 5-6 years in a row. Sweep them.
I
Now
would
all of
say
a
the
sudden,
Colts might be. Is the
man,
Colts at
the
home or
Colts
is
are
it on the
horrible
road?
too.
The Colts
Colts are
on the
here
road or
horrible
on
too.
home? I forget.
Yeah. Let's see. Andrew said stats are different than the way they really play. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Andrew. You on my side, right? You think White just got a little bit more swag, man. He played a little bit more swagger that day. That day, he's not a better quarterback than fucking Kirk Cousins. Of course not. You know what I'm saying?
You're going off the stats of how he threw for 300
Nah, I'm
and some
just saying, like,
yards.
from the eye test, the swagger, like, he
I
just
think
seemed like he had a better game than Kirk Cousins that game. I mean, what's so criminal about that? I know that you Kirk
well,
stands
you're going
hate
off the
when people say
stats. How
things
much
like that,
you're
but
going off
like,
the
you
stats
gotta
of how much he
relax,
threw.
man.
You're
Relax,
going
man.
off the
Kirk
stats
is
of how much
not
he threw.
perfect, bro.
The fact that you
He's not a
praise,
perfect
all
man,
these
dog.
and the fact that you've been praising all these opponents of ours, man, it's pretty awesome.
It's not that. Kirk missed open wide receivers / tight ends, but tough taking hit. Yeah, he did. He was taking a lot of hits though. I ain't gonna lie. He's the tough as a motherfucker, boy. I give him that. He was taking some hits. He was standing in there. You know what I'm saying?
Just to add off of that message, one of the reporters after the game during his press conference asked him or brought up the fact that they had interviewed other players after the game, and they brought up the fact that they told the reporter that they fed off of him based on that run and the hits he was taking. So a sideline reporter brought that up to him during the press conference.
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely in there, man. Lions aren't just bad since we beat them in the past. I think the Lions, man, like I think the Lions would be the most embarrassing. I'm just keeping it 100. We have to win against the Lions. Like we just have to. Toy Box Company said, enough talk. Now it's time for Toy Box to win Raps money. Hey, that's a fact, man. Tomorrow, man, I'll be posting a purple lottery post. Everybody, make sure y'all go over there and comment your score prediction. Nobody has won yet. That's crazy. I knew it was going to be harder than y'all thought. See, hey, when I started the purple lottery, everybody thought they were just going to be able to predict. Nope, I already knew it was going to take a while. Hopefully somebody gets to win this
It's
year.
like 9,000 to 1 odds.
Yeah, keep going up though, man. It's up to $50 to, this Sunday. So make sure you put your score prediction in. I'll drop it in the morning. I'll drop the post in the morning.
There's like 9,000 different score combinations you can
Andrew
do. So,
Spencer, I see your comment from Facebook. If you want to participate, I got something called Purple Lottery where you just drop the score prediction and you pick what team you think's gonna win. If you get it absolutely correct, you win the money. So the pot's up to $50, man. So make sure you get up over there and make sure you get the YouTube and subscribe to Purple Pocket Podcast, Minnesota Sports Talk. But it'll be on my community tab in the morning. So get over there and get popping. Let's see. Vikings going to wrap up the North next week. Thank you. That's a fact. I'm not trying to hear no BS about the Lions. That's what I like. That's what I like.
Did you skip SKOL Mafia?
Did I skip SKOL Mafia? Oh, did I?
Yeah, he dissed you,
can't
man.
skip my SKOL twin, bro.
There you go.
Stop it. This is the game where the Vikings have
I'm feeling good about this game
as the underdog. Yes, me too.
I'm feeling good about this game. I felt good about the last game, but I was only half right. Yeah. The first half, right?
No, for sure. Steve said the Jets offensive line gave Mike White way too much time.
He was very comfortable in that game.
He was comfortable. He was comfortable.
He didn't get only. It was only one sack, I think. 3 yards.
He gets to play Jones. Buffalo this week, so we'll see. You know, I seen the players wearing his shirt, Mike effing White. Yeah. You know, and part of me this morning when I seen that, I'm thinking about it like, you know what? I wonder if they seen my video and that's what made them say that.
I brought that up in our pregame.
Are they watching RAP? They saw me hating off Mike White, so they're like, "Oh, look at this kid talking about he ain't gonna do nothing." All right, we wouldn't go wear shirts about him. Stop. They ain't watching me.
And then he dominated with the 0 TDs and 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean, he had a decent game, man. Why are you mad? I mean, I'm the one supposed to be mad at Mike White. Why are you mad?
I don't know. You're blinded by the yardage, I guess. Big stack.
Oh, but I got a crazy video I'm gonna do tomorrow though. Well, no, I'm gonna go live, but I do got a crazy video, man. This shit gonna be
Jared
sticky.
Goff.
This shit gonna get sticky tomorrow. Dave definitely ain't gonna like this video. I already know he ain't. He want Kirk Cousins for 5-6 more years if he have his way. I'm not with it. Let's see. This game is where the Vikings have a convincing win on the road. Yeah, we already read that one. Let's see. Vikings, I already read that one. Let's see what we got here. We got, why don't we incorporate more runs for Kirk? What? Nah. That ain't gonna, he'll fumble more times than none. I ain't gonna lie to you, Lemmy. I can't. It's good for him to do it whenever, how he's doing it. You know what I mean? Maybe once every other game. You know what I'm saying? Once every other game. I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to
He used to run more at Washington. He had 2 years where he had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. But no, I don't think he's really comfortable running, man. He's been surprising me though. He's been surprising me, putting his head down, you know what I'm saying, and taking some hits. And I give him his respect with that. But to turn him into a running play, make plays for him to run, shit no. Nah, we just need to go get our dual threat quarterback, and then we can make that happen. If you want to see that, we need to go get the guy that can do that. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Huntley, that drove his team down the field on Sunday and won on a last-second touchdown. And he was the one that ran it in. I love Tyler Huntley, man. I've been saying it. Tyler Huntley, man, let's get him. Let's get him. And I'm not even saying for like next year or nothing. Like, get him, let him sit behind Kirk for 2 years or whatever, you know what I mean, until they decide and make it happen.
I think last year will be his last year of his contract.
Who, Kirk?
No, Huntley.
Oh, Huntley, yeah. Kirk might get one more year, maybe. We should draft a quarterback. Yeah, Kirk's definitely gonna get one more. He definitely has one more year already. He's already locked up for next year, but I'm saying after next year though, that's when it's gonna be like, I bet, like now we can finally like let's move up off this. Especially if we don't make nothing happen this year. You feel me? Like if we don't make a deep run. If we don't make a deep run, then we gotta make a move, man. Time to make a move. I mean, unfortunately, the quarterback gonna be the position we gotta look at. Is what it is.
Yeah, it's our biggest weakness right now. Quarterback.
No, it ain't our biggest weakness, but you know, it definitely makes
it like it. You just made it sound like it. Like we got him. Oh, that's definitely the position we got to move off of.
No, it ain't. Really? But he's had a long time though to prove himself. You know what I mean? And he's a decent quarterback. You know what I mean? He can win a couple games a year.
Who we get?
You got to go get somebody. Y'all, I don't know why y'all Kirk stands think Kirk gonna stay young forever. And like, you do understand that this man is like 30. And I do understand Kirk's gonna be 40 years old here in the next couple of years. You do understand that, right?
In 6 years, yeah, he'll be 40.
Yeah, you understand.
But I said,
sorry, Dave. Kirk's not going to be able to be a Viking for life, man.
I said we had to draft it. We should have drafted a quarterback every year. I said we drafted.
Why would you do that if you love Kirk so? I mean, if you think Kirk should just keep signing, why would you want to draft a quarterback every year?
People move on. People get hurt.
Oh my gosh, whatever. Having Kirk as a quarterback has been real, but it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun.
Steve Young, Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Famer, drafting a quarterback.
Hey, look, I'm going to just say this. Real quick. I'm going to just say this. I'm going to just say with the video. I was thinking like this, because we were speaking to Mike White, and then, you know, we could talk about Zach Wilson. What about Zach Wilson coming over and sitting behind Kirk for 2 years? I'm okay, because I'm going to tell you what. I love Zach Wilson coming out of college. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on real quick. I got to go.
We're going to have to do another fundraiser for Rap's camera. I don't know if you guys have been how long you guys have been watching, but when we first started doing this camera would quit on him all the time after 30 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna do a Venmo Rap at Rap. But hey, who do we got here? Two Evil Hope. Dave think Kurt is a combination of Joe Montana and Patrick Mahomes.
It's my wife. It's my wife's fault.
Actually, Two Evil Hope, I do not.
My wife.
I don't know how old are you. How old are you? But did you ever see Joe Montana play?
My wife cleaned the studio today, and she must have changed my settings up in here, man. Everything been acting funny since she cleaned my studio today. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get on her.
Get Jimmy G transit behind.
Man, look, hold on, real quick. Let me get back. Let me get back where I was at, man. Y'all feel me out. Y'all feel me out. How y'all feel? How y'all feel about Zach? How y'all feel about Zach Wilson sitting behind Kirk Cousins for like a year or two? I mean, if you have it Dave's way, he got to sit behind him until he's like your vet. You know what I'm saying?
I guess you really love his leadership qualities.
I mean, no, look, he's young. He's young for one, and everybody deserves a second chance. Are you saying he should just be done all of a sudden, being the number 2 pick just because he don't fit with the Jets? Like, New York is a hard market for one to play in. You feel me? If he's a Wyoming boy, man. This guy would be perfect in Minnesota. You feel me? That's a fact. I can see my boy shining. No, I'm not saying bring him in. I'm not saying bring him in next year and start him playing. I'm saying he definitely got to sit and learn. You know what I mean? He definitely got to sit and learn.
How long? But how long do you want him to?
I would say about 2 years. About 2 years. 2 years is good. Next year and then the year after.
You're gonna extend Kirk then?
Even if he sits behind him next year, the whole year, and just takes notes and learns, I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Because this is the thing, Dave. Listen, Dave. This is the thing you have to realize. I know y'all love Kirk so much, bro, but this is the thing. If he doesn't keep, if he tends not to get us to where we need to go, trust me, Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi are going to move off of him, whether y'all like it or not. It's gonna happen. Okay, I don't care how much y'all think that he's so good, and yes, he's a decent quarterback, but I'm telling you, they will move off of him, bro. You will see. All right, they're not gonna keep extending.
Since you put it that way. Since you put it that way, you know how much you hate Kirk Cousins because you say how much I love him.
Yeah. We all know that you love him.
It is a realistic possibility, even though we're 10-2, because we're 10-2, that we might finish 14-3.
Right.
Lose the first game of the playoffs.
Nah. We finished in 15-2. Quit playing with us.
Whatever. 14-3, 15-2, whatever happens. Because, that's beautiful. Good job.
My mother-in-law made that. That's the purple pocket cheerleader. My mother-in-law.
That's awesome.
Can you see it? Yeah.
Man, that should be.
Go ahead. My logo. Quit playing. Oh, you trying to be funny?
No, it's really good.
No, it is kind of fire. But go ahead. No, what were you saying? What were you saying? I want to hear.
I'm just saying. Hey, you're saying we're gonna go 15-2.
Yeah.
Some shit happens in the first round of the playoffs and we're out. You're saying that we don't. You're saying there is no possibility that Kwesi's going to move on.
Okay.
They're not going to extend Kirk Cousins.
Okay. Can I speak? I'm going to tell you now how I feel. Let's say we go 15-2. This is the case scenario. This would be the scenario right here, how it would happen. And yes, next year, Kirk Cousins is going to be our quarterback, whether anybody likes it or not. Whether I agree with it, you agree with it, he's going to be our quarterback next year. It's a 1,000% chance of that. But what I'm saying is this: we go into the playoffs, right? We go into the playoffs, and then all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins melts down in the first game of the playoffs and throws 3 interceptions or something. Then yes, bro, like they are going to say, you know what, Kirk is a great quarterback. When it doesn't matter as much, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously every game matters for a certain amount, but the game that matters, he tends to break down. They will make a decision, bro. I'm telling you, they will. This is a business at the end of the day, man. And I like Kurt. I don't hate Kurt. I don't hate him. I just try to be a realist. Like, I just know, like, we've watched him for 5 years. We know what he brings.
You're realistically saying that if we go 15-2, if he loses first game, or is it what's your breaking point?
If he has a meltdown, I'm not saying if he loses. I'm saying if he has a meltdown.
Yeah, if he has a meltdown,
like San Francisco in 2018. Was that 18 or 19?
I don't remember him throwing a lot of picks, but we just never.
Oh, he had a bad game. He had a
bad game. We didn't move the ball. I just remember that. I don't remember.
He had a bad game.
I don't remember about a lot of picks. I remember
and this is the thing.
Fumble.
We get confused. He had a fumble. He had 3. Picks.
No, Thielen had a fumble the first play.
But this is the thing we get confused about too with Kirk Cousins too, though. When he gets sacked a lot sometimes, and we'll say, "Oh, well, the offensive line." No, it's not the offensive line all the time. Kirk sometimes is indecisive, bro. He's a human. We understand that too. That's one thing I understand is he is a human. Yeah, sometimes if he gets rattled at the beginning of he will tend to hold on to the ball longer than he needs to because
now you're going off on a different tangent. We're talking about your breaking point. You're saying if he melts down like 3 picks or 2 picks even,
we need a franchise quarterback point blank
or throws 150. Yeah, they exist, and some might say a guy that has a 58% winning percentage might be one. But your breaking point is if like first game we could still keep him. You think Kwesi might keep him even if we lost that first game?
Hey, Too Evil, this for you. This argument for you, baby. Let's go.
I'm just feeding into it. He likes these shows, so I thought I'd just start into it. You think, yeah, there is a point where they'll move on from Kirk, but after clinching the division in week 13,
listen, they're gonna go. You not hear what I said? I said that next year Kirk Cousins is going to be our quarterback 1,000%.
But he's not going to play on a 1-year contract. They're going to extend him at
that's where y'all got it wrong at. Kirk Cousins is no longer controlling the narrative anymore. That might have happened when Rick was in the building, but I can guarantee you now he's not going to be able to just say, "Oh, hey, Kwesi, I'm not playing on a 1 year." No, you're going to play for whatever benefits the team. That's what you're going to do. And if you don't do that, if you're not a team first player, you're going out the door.
You think Spielman said, "I'm not going to play"? You think he said to Spielman, "I'm not going to play on a 1-year contract"?
His agent definitely throws it out there because you got to remember that's what agents are for. They're going to negotiate, and Kirk
Cousins played on 2 1-year contracts.
Man, everybody knows Kirk Cousins robbed us. The fact
that you made up something that didn't happen. You just made up something that didn't happen. He did it twice. And he actually told players in the Vikings, "Hey, don't be afraid of the 1-year contract."
He did what twice?
Played on a 1-year contract with Washington.
You talking about why? We're not talking about Washington. We're not talking about Washington.
You're saying something that he's never done before.
You're talking about before a time where he got franchise tag or they were going to franchise tag.
Right, which he could hold out and
but
leverage.
that conversation is irrelevant. Let's talk about from 2018
You're saying he did that with the Vikings under Spielman.
2018 on.
You said he did that with Spielman with the Vikings.
No, I didn't. I said he's not going to do that with Kwesi. I didn't say he did it with Spielman.
He did that with Spielman. He's not doing it with Kwesi because he did it with Spielman.
No, he's not going to do it with Kwesi because Kwesi ain't going to go for that. I'm going to tell you right now, he ain't going to go for that.
Kwesi gave him an extension.
They gave him an extension, rightfully so, which they should have. That was the good move to do. I agree with that.
Was it?
Yeah, I agree with what they did this year. Perfect, and it's playing out. Exactly.
He's not going to do it with Kwesi, but he did. And he played on 1-year contracts.
It's always like this with you guys. And we always argue, man. Shit. We were talking. We're like Stephen A. and Skip back in the day.
I mean, you literally said he was gonna, he's not gonna pull that with Kwesi.
We need a TV show.
He said he was not gonna pull that with Kwesi, and Kwesi is the one who gave him the damn extension, which he'll probably do again. Can you just
hold this L right now? Can you just hold this L here?
What L?
Grab it.
You think we're?
Can you grab it? Can you grab the L? Can you grab the L?
Our quarterback, after having the season we're having right now, is not going to be a Viking.
Hey, this Dave right here. This Dave right here for Kirk Cousins right now. This Dave right here for Kirk Cousins, y'all. Y'all can see that.
No,
this Dave. Matter of fact, I'm finna print your face out and put it right there.
The fact that you hate Kirk Cousins so much that you think
I don't hate
Wilson. You think Wilson. You tell me I love him. I can say you hate him.
We know you love him. Look how you advocate.
I respect the hell out of him, man. I respect the freaking hell out of him.
I love him as a man. I like him as a man. I think he's a great guy.
You don't call a guy trash for like 3 seasons and then say you respect him.
I call him trash when he plays trash.
There's no respect when you call somebody trash.
Let me ask you this. Who on the internet said Kirk Cousins is going to be in the MVP conversation this year? R.A.P. Not you.
And in the same year, call him trash. And in the same year, I said he'd be in the conversation.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
I'm the only one.
Because he has been 2019.
And you want to know why that is? You want to know why that is?
Google. I had to convince you that he's been in the conversation before, and I had to Google and send you send you links.
No, you don't want to go there because
I literally had to send you links.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I literally sent you links.
You couldn't even send me an article. You couldn't send me one fucking article, bro.
Google Hall of Fame.
That might have been when you said that he was ranked like
2019.
That's what it was.
Yeah, 2019. Nobody ever thought this guy was a MVP candidate. Nobody ever did. And then I sent you links. 20. Freaking boom, 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 boom.
Ain't no fucking MVP candidate, man. Before
ever,
now.
He wasn't ever.
Hell nah. It's just like, you know what it is? It's just like how y'all say the Lions are in the playoff hunt. It's the same exact scenario. He might have been on a graphic because they had to make a graphic. You feel me? Like, listen, if
wasn't on a graphic. I was just talking about the dozens of articles. I was just talking about the dozens of articles written about him being an MVP candidate back in the
bullshit.
All right. You have such a short memory, man. We actually,
I do got a short.
You kept telling you were telling me you were telling me, yeah, that you need to have a short memory playing that.
I'm trained like that, man. You know, once the play's over, I'm done. Like we're not going backwards. We're talking about right now. Once the play's over, it's over. You know, if I get burnt, I get burnt. You know what I mean? I gotta move on.
I mean, this is the shows you want, man. I'm just playing into them. You want that?
This is natural.
I'm talking all about Kirk. I'm talking all about Kirk.
Definitely the show I want.
You think White's better than him? And
y'all agree, chat. Put a dub in the chat.
Call White trash and
got the best show, man. We got
White
the best
trash
show on
and
the internet, man.
Now he's better than Kirk.
Hey, hold up now. I ain't calling.
And you're wanting player, and you're saying we're gonna have players that are on other team under contract.
Time out. I ain't
calling. We're
gonna
trade for Wilson.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I ain't calling White trash. Don't do that. I called him
White Mike White
and
trash.
White Mike. Oh yeah, I called him trash. Yeah, okay.
You didn't call him White trash. You called him.
I'm about to say, damn.
You
called the
guy named White trash.
My mom White too, so I can't do that, man.
Mine is too. Yeah. Could you have guessed that?
Nah. Could you have guessed mine was?
Yeah. Because I think you told me.
Oh, did I tell you? Yeah.
Well, your dad. I know.
Yeah,
I know
mixed.
You're
mixed with white and black. Yep,
I thought you just said you're Mexican. Sorry. I had.
Let's see. Baker getting 7. Yeah, Baker went to the a whole
Rams
up, Bandito.
Didn't Rams? You go to the Rams.
Hold up, Bandito. Are you saying bring Baker in here instead of no? I'd rather take Wilson. I'm gonna have to keep it 100, Bandito.
Jesus,
I love you,
man.
I love you,
you
man.
Guys got
look, I can't do the
interesting choices of bringing in players.
I'd rather keep Kirk Cousins for 10 more years than bring Baker in. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'd rather Kirk Cousins roll out there in a fucking wheelchair. I'm telling you that right now. I'd rather Kirk Cousins roll out there in a wheelchair than to bring Baker Mayfield in. But with Zach Wilson, that's realistic. And guess what? We have a good relationship with the Jets. We tend to do business with them. Now, I don't know how Kwesi and them have a I know Rick kind of had a relationship over there where we did business in the past a couple times, right? I feel like I know Chris Herndon was one, and then I'm pretty sure there were some other transactions we've made with the Jets. But you know, I just think there can be a conversation there. You know what I mean? Zach Wilson's young. He was the number 2 overall pick. Hey, they don't want him. They want to move on from him. He's obviously messed the locker room up over there. That's all right. Come over here, my dog. Come over here. We will take care of you. Dress in purple. That boy will look good in purple. That boy got Patrick Mahomes tendencies. He just needs some time. He's just going to be the guy that need, a couple of years to sit back and chill. He needs the Aaron Rodgers effect. He needs the Aaron Rodgers effect. Sit behind Kirk Cousins. Because I love Kirk Cousins as far as being a student of the game. I think he can teach a young guy a lot about the game and laser them in, because Zach Wilson's the type of guy who already has the athletic ability. He just might need the mental, the understanding the game, understanding in between the hash marks. And I think Kirk's a perfect teacher for that. I would take him to do that over almost any quarterback in the league, So Kirk Cousins would be a great quarterback coach, bro. Great. So that's just all I'm saying, man. But we do need to build our secondary. I think next year we're going heavy on the D again. We're going heavy. Pause. We're going heavy on the D though, man. I don't want to be like Dave and Justin Day where they were saying they want to slide on the Jets D and shit the other night during the show. Sounding crazy over here. Remember that, Dave? Or you forgot already?
You find weird stuff in conversations. So I think I might have said something I remember.
They ignore me. Yeah,
I can't remember what I said. I can't remember what I said.
Dave and Justin Day are wrong, bro. They ignore me every night when I tap in. I take time out of my nights every night to tap into their shows, y'all, and they don't even
I literally
acknowledge
said
me.
hi to you today, and we actually put your
Yeah,
question
but you
up.
skipped over. You skipped over my one comment.
You're trying to start something with Greg Coleman.
Y'all missed it, guy. I tried to stir the pot with Greg Coleman. Nah, Greg Coleman was that was a great show though, man. Y'all did great. I ain't gonna lie. You actually really good, Dave. Believe it or not. Like I know you like to down
Believe it or
yourself, bro.
not.
Look here. No, because I'm saying, can I finish? Can I finish? Can
Yes,
I
you can.
finish? Believe it or not, because between me and you, like, not to put his business out there, chat, but he would, he had a little slack of confidence, and I used to tell him, like, bro, like, you are good at interviewing and getting history and shit, and when you get these legends on, like, you are ready. You are more ready than anybody I've seen, even the bigger shows, man. Like the way you bring up things that you can even see the looks on the guest face where they're like, damn, this dude did his homework. Like, you're really good at doing your homework, man, and I love your shows that you're doing, so keep it up. Keep getting it. I do enjoy it. And it's okay, y'all ignore me. It's okay, y'all ignore me, man. I expect it. I still love y'all, man. Nah, but if y'all haven't watched it, man, go watch the Gary Coleman after this, man. After we
Gary Coleman.
Or what is
Greg's a little bit taller than Gary.
Who's
I was
Gary
afraid.
Coleman
I was afraid I was going to say that too, and I almost called. I almost called Chuck Foreman. What was the guy with the grills?
George Foreman. No,
yeah.
isn't Gary Coleman
Jesus,
like
I was
the guy that's
trying
like
so hard not to after freaking Too Evil to Hope was doing that to me. But yeah, Greg Coleman.
Greg Coleman. Yeah, y'all go watch that show after we get off here, man. It's a great interview, man. That guy's down to earth too, man. He's cool.
That was a history lesson from the heavens, man.
Yeah, super cool, man.
He saw some great Viking football, man.
Yeah, super cool dude, man. I really like that show. That was a
Did you get that? I don't know if you got the reference, but when I asked him about Diggs and him pointing to the touchdown to make sure he went the right way, did you get the reference when he said Jim Marshall?
No, I remember him saying Jim Marshall, but
because Jim Marshall he's famous for running the wrong way. And
yeah.
And that's probably what's kept him out of the Hall of Fame, because everybody remembers him running the wrong way on NFL films. It gets brought up all the time. And he says, well, I played with a guy named Jim Marshall, so I don't leave anything to chance. So I wanted to make sure Diggs was running the right way. And me and Justin knew what he was talking about, so we started dying.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Justin Day, are you saying that you're interested in Baker Mayfield too? Are you interested in Baker Mayfield, Justin Day? Say it now. Speak now or forever hold your peace, bro. Speak now or forever. Are you interested in Baker Mayfield? We need to know. Dave said it was a great show. Dave did awesome. That's a fact, man. Dave actually did, man. And I ain't the first one, man. Every guest he has on there, he kills that shit for real. Like, for sure, man.
We're on tomorrow.
Like, oh, rap, I need you to moderate and shit, man. Hell no, you better than me. To be honest with you, like, I would be horrible at having like super, like, Hall of Famers and just older Vikings people on. I would be hard because I would be asking them the dumbest shit in the world. I wouldn't be digging up homework and shit. Like, I would just be like, yo, dude,
I probably spent 3 hours looking up shit and finding stuff to talk about with him, man. And what happened? We took up the whole over an hour on just old stuff, and we never got to the current Vikings.
Oh, I'm with you, Bandito. My bad. I am lost in the sauce tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I'm lost in the sauce. Dave got me fucking mad over here bragging about smelling Kirk Cousins' jockstrap all damn night.
And someone's sniffing Zach Wilson's
glass
vagina.
Right the fuck here.
Someone's sniffing Zach Wilson's glass vagina over here. 55% completion percentage.
Yeah.
Elite. All he needs is to work behind Kirk Cousins for a year, and he's going to be dominant.
This would be, but I agree with y'all, Bandito. This would be a hell of a pickup if we were to get Buda Baker. But I mean, if we get Buda Baker, I guess we're saying we're out on Cameron Bynum, and we're out on Lewis Cine, though. That's just a decision, which I'm okay with, because Buda Baker, yes, he's definitely a player where it's just unmatched. You know what I mean? That guy is a savage, a leader in the locker room too. Like, he wants to win. But I don't know, man. I think our safety position is a little crowded, though. That's the only thing. Because Cam Bynum's coming around, man. I like Cam Bynum. I was saying a lot of bad things about him, but I got to eat my words. Like the past couple games, he's kind of been showing up, and he's young. I got to remember these guys be young, man. It takes time to learn, especially him being a cornerback and switching to safety and then having to learn a whole new position. Like I got to try to start.
And he's a little undersized too. But yeah, I still think probably Metellus is probably better than him.
Metellus, yeah.
Sure. I don't know, but it's nice to have those problems, Yeah. But my hope is we win the Super Bowl and all these old players can go retire,
including Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
he paused on that. You see, y'all see, guys, he paused on that.
The reason being is because I'm sorry, who's going to quarterback us? Who's going to quarterback us?
Zach Wilson.
I don't know. Zach Wilson. Yeah. Big upgrade there.
Hey, I'm starting the Zach Wilson campaign.
You literally,
I love Zach Wilson. I love Zach Wilson coming out of BYU, man. I'm starting the Zach Wilson campaign, man. Fuck New York Jets. That's why he wasn't good over there. He didn't want to be over there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
Yeah, it was the New York Jets. It was the New York Jets.
Come to the Vikings.
It wasn't Zach Wilson.
Purple gang. Join Purple Gang, Zach. We got you. We got you. Come over here, man. Come play with some winners, man. Let's see. Do you know anything about Dantzler, Dave? I don't know. I know he came. I know he's definitely off IR this week. Hold on. Did Purple for the Win do one? I think he might have did a video saying
the report won't come out till tomorrow, so I won't know. That's the sad thing about these Tuesday shows is we don't know, man.
We don't know shit on Tuesday, so all we can do is argue with each other. They gave us the bad time slot, man. They gave us fucking Tuesday.
We chose it.
Like,
we freaking chose it.
Yeah,
it was either this or Friday, wasn't it? We didn't want Friday.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's all good. Let's see. I miss Dantzler. Hey, I miss Dantzler. Y'all know I miss Dantzler. Hey, I appreciate y'all saying y'all miss Dantzler, man. Let's show Dantzler some love in the chat, man. Listen, now that Dantzler was gone, we seen that he plays a big part, bro. Like Dantzler makes a difference, man. I just worry about his injuries, though. It seems like he's been getting injured every year. Even though it hasn't been knocking him out for the season, but he's still always been getting banged up, though, because he is kind of slim still, man. He still got to put on a little bit of weight, man. He put on a couple pounds this offseason, though. I think he was like, because on IG, he was flexing the whole offseason, talking about, I'm 180 now and shit.
When I did the video on the cornerbacks, I think it was I just did it on cornerbacks. And one of the things Dancer did was he tried to gain weight for the combine. Yeah. And he put on shit weight and he ran a 4.6. So, like in the Sunday show, when everybody said how fast he was, he ran a 4.67.
Hold on, SK. Oh.
But then he lost the weight, and now this time he went and trained and actually tried to put on good weight. So hopefully, he continues that.
Justin Day in the background. That boy just joining. Justin, how you just going to invade our show? How you just going to invade our show?
That? He's like that Japanese.
That boy just be like a ninja.
Justin's like the Japanese of
Hold on,
YouTube.
Guys. I gotta SK want to tap in. Hold on, SK. I'm finna send you this link. Hold on.
A friggin' sneak attack. Right, this is a purple.
I know y'all wanna y'all wanna tap in. Y'all wanna tap in with the squad. That's fine. You know what I mean? We can do that. We can talk about it. Because if y'all want to argue about Baker and all that, then let's get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm with all that. I'm with all the smoke. Now chat. Me and Justin Day are going to be on teams. Dave and SK gonna be kind of neutral, but you know what I mean, he gonna lean towards Dave's side a little bit more. I'm just letting y'all know that right now.
Hey, I ain't standing in.
So are you welcome? Welcome to the Zach Wilson show.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's talk about Zach Wilson.
I got 2 minutes. We'll do another one where we got more time. You said speak now or forever hold your peace. I interpret that as I better get on here before you call me an idiot. All I was saying was Bandito
you're talking about Baker?
Said that his contract was $18 million this year and $17 next year. And all I was saying is no, he's a free agent after this year. This is his rookie contract.
Hold on. Are you talking about Baker Mayfield or Buda Baker?
Yeah. You called him out for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but me and Bandito came to the conclusion that we're talking about Buda Baker, though. We're not talking about Baker Mayfield. You like, Baker. Hold on, get back on there. Hold on, where you going at?
Oh, he disappeared. He was just misunderstood. Hey, SK, welcome to the Zach Wilson Show.
Hold on.
Hey, Zach Wilson to Minnesota.
There you go. Hold on a minute. Don't go nowhere, Day. Don't go nowhere. Hold up.
I didn't do anything.
You were talking about Baker Mayfield.
Yes, I was saying Baker Mayfield.
You were just saying that is out of contract.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
So what that mean though? That don't mean nothing.
You just said that in the chat.
I just said it in the chat, and you said, "Are you saying you want Baker Mayfield?" And I said, "Heck no." And you said, "Well, you better keep talking and give your piece here." And so, since you didn't respond to me, I figure if I don't say something, Rap's gonna talk crap about.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I would. Yeah, the chat was going crazy.
That's all I came here for.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's all I came here for. I'll let you get back.
No. You can hang out. Hang out.
No, I gotta go.
Let's give SK a chance to talk about how much he loves Zach Wilson.
Yeah, come on, SK. What's up, man? How you like that take, bro?
Hey, look. If Kirk Cousins is still here, I'll take Zach Wilson.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want Zach Wilson to come in next year and be our starting quarterback.
Oh, no, me neither.
Absolutely not.
No.
So if we would bring in Zach Wilson, which I love Zach Wilson coming out of college, I felt like he showed a lot of potential. He has that arm, like, I don't know, like Jeff George or something. It just kind of reminded me of that type of caliber quarterback. But I would like to have him as a backup to Kirk, to where he can kind of learn and become a professional and mature a little bit, and to actually see what he can turn into. Because he's got the potential. He's got the arm talent. I think it's just more of a mental thing for him, and he's still young too. So I would take Zach Wilson in a heartbeat, but not as my starting quarterback right now.
Yeah, I feel you too. Like, I wouldn't want to take him as my starter right now. I made that very clear that I think Kirk Cousins, I know Kirk Cousins gonna be our quarterback next year for sure, but I think Zach Wilson would be perfect even to sit 2 years. You know what I mean? Even two. I mean, definitely sit next year, but if he could sit 2 years, I think Zach Wilson, and we have a relationship with the Jets doing business. And that's another reason why I say, you know what I mean? It could be all right. Because like I said, New York is a hard city to play for. It's tough on you, man, especially him being a Wyoming kid going to New York City. They talked about that when he got drafted to New York. They said, this kid ain't going to be able to handle New York. I'm going to tell you right now, he need to come to the purple, man. He'll fit right in.
Just a question, Rap, just because contract-wise,
yeah,
if you say 2 years, even if you're talking about, that would mean Kirk Cousins probably would have to get extended to have him here for 2 years. Right. Well, that's year 4. Yeah, so we already picked up his 5th-year option then.
You know what, man? Listen,
backup.
I don't
just
know,
don't
man.
make sense though.
Look, I ain't gonna get all into the cap space and all of that contract. That ain't my job. That's above my pay grade, man. My thing is this with the NFL. I learn this all the time. Every year we learn this. If a team want a player, they're going to get them. It don't matter. They going to figure it out. You know what I mean? We done learned that, man. It happens. I don't know. The contract thing can get sticky. We can get into it, but I don't really understand it as much as they do, man. We'll let Rob handle that, man. The capologist. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's one thing that we kind of need to realize is that we're under new leadership, not only in the coaching staff, but the front office. So a lot of the stuff that we're used to this franchise doing or moves making, whether that's off season or during the season trade deadline, is going to be different than it's been for the past 15 years. So a lot of the stuff that we're expecting to happen, it's going to be the same old Vikings. I honestly believe that we're going to take more of the, not as aggressively or to the extent of the Rams kind of way of moving and signing star players and stuff like that, and trading away all your first round picks. I don't think it's to that extent, but I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing Kwesi and the Minnesota Vikings actually making a lot of these type of moves, big splash moves. We already made one at the trade deadline with TJ Hawkinson, and we made it in the draft with, drafting within our own division. So I wouldn't be surprised, man. If we want somebody, like you said, Rap, I wouldn't be surprised if Kwesi makes it happen.
Exactly. And Zach Wilson ain't going to cost a lot of money. I mean, he hasn't. It's not like he's going to be due for a super huge contract either. So, I mean,
you think Zach Wilson's a Kwesi guy? Like, in all the things he talks about,
I don't know what a Kwesi guy is.
Yeah, who is a Kwesi guy?
I don't know what a Kwesi guy is.
So don't play ignorant from the whole off season was all about team culture and and he described his players, the kind of players he wants.
Yeah, but you got to realize
the locker room he wants.
SK, I'll let you get on
Zach Wilson.
SK, I'll let you get on him, SK. But I got to tell you this, Dave. Like I said earlier in the video, Zach Wilson is super young, bro. Like he's super young. I believe that yes, Kwesi, he wants that type, but he also is a understanding person and can look between the lines too. First, like I said, he's playing in New York. That's tough, right? And then he's young, bro. He's super young. He made one mistake saying that, and if you go watch it, it ain't even a mistake, really. They just asked him a simple question, and he probably just answered it wrong and just wondering why, he's getting shunned the way he is. You know what I mean? Because when I went back and watched the interview and shit, the post-game conference, and they asked him, hey, do you think that was on the D or something? And he said, I forget what it was, but it was just a simple answer.
They asked
right?
him, like, do you feel like the offense should have done more? Or, like, do you feel like apologetic towards the defense for not scoring? And he said no.
Yeah.
So he answered it wrong. It was him being young and not having the right leadership and actually knowing what to say. And it was a bad answer. Like,
it was.
Everybody knows it's a bad answer. But I don't think that makes him a bad locker room guy or that makes him not one of Kwesi's guys. I think he just answered the question wrong. I don't think he really meant like, oh, of course not. Like I'm Zach Wilson, So
he had that MILF on his mind, man. He had that MILF on his mind, man. The MILF Slayer, man. You know what I mean? He had that MILF on his mind. But not like, and that's the thing too. Like I think Kwesi would understand, like, hey, because he has a good rap sheet coming from BYU. He never had any issues in BYU.
Yeah,
and stuff
it's
like
a
that.
Mormon school, of course. Nobody has problems with BYU.
Exactly. Coming from a school like that, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like this guy, he's not a bad guy, man. He's really not, man. He's just super young. I think it plays with him just not being fully matured yet, and the NFL hitting him like a bag of bricks, especially playing for a New York market, man. It's tough.
So it's all based on how he played at BYU, and you wanted to give him a second chance.
No,
it can't be because of the way he's played with the Jets.
He's also got a defensive-minded head coach, though, too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So you're not getting the full potential of Zach Wilson when you got a guy in Saleh, and I'm not saying Saleh is a bad coach by any means, but he's a defensive guy. Yeah. It's not an offensive mentality on that football team, and that's not necessarily saying, oh, if Zach Wilson gets an offensive coach, he's going to be amazing and great, but you can't get a guy's full potential, as we know here in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins, with a guy that's a defensive-minded head coach like Mike Zimmer was. And as soon as you bring in that offensive-minded head coach, you could see the possibilities and, quote-unquote, unlocking of Kirk Cousins. So, I'm not disagreeing with you, Dave. I'm not sitting here saying Zach Wilson is going to be the next franchise quarterback of the Vikings or anywhere else he goes.
That's what we're wanting, right? That's everything we're talking about and moving on from Cousins.
Yeah, and absolutely.
Wilson's the guy we're going to move on to?
I'm not saying to move on from Kirk Cousins. I'm saying
in 2 years.
If we want a successor for Kirk Cousins, Kirk is 34, 35 years old right now?
That's the thing, SK, man. These Kirk stands think Kirk Cousins don't got no birthday, man. That motherfucker's just going to stay young forever, man.
No, I'm not taking away from Kirk's performances by any means. Like Kirk Cousins is our franchise quarterback for at least the next 2, maybe 3 years. But we also got to realize he's 35 years old. When we're sitting here talking about Kirk Cousins at 38, we've all kind of discussed this season. Yes, he's come up in the clutch big time. But if you want to look at his overall games, it looks like his play has maybe declined a little bit. There's been some throws that hasn't looked good that we know he can make in the past.
Yeah. Rap, you just had a guy on our show just say that Kirk's going to be most likely going to be a Viking until he's 38 for the next 3 years.
Who said that?
SK just did.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that.
If I said that, holy shit.
Yeah, I don't agree with SK. I don't agree with SK.
SK just 3 years out of the blue.
I'm saying, damn, SK don't get no pass.
When do you want to move on from Kirk?
Listen, Dave.
Honestly, SK 38 is probably where he's going to cap out as far as his talent.
Man,
he's healthy enough. He's healthy enough right now. I think he could play the same way for until he's 38, and then there's probably a drop off.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. But Rap, when do you want to move on from Kirk Cousins?
He wants to move on in 2 years with Wilson. He wants to move on in 2 years with Zach Wilson.
I'm saying no. I just threw the Wilson thing out there tonight, right? I threw the Wilson thing out there. Like I'm saying, Dave wants us to draft a quarterback every year. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you draft a quarterback every single year like that? What sense do that make? You know what I'm saying? If he's never gonna play, how are we ever gonna know if you just keep drafting quarterbacks? You want to draft quarterbacks until Kirk's 38 years old every single year? Like, come on, man. Let's be serious here. We know that Zach Wilson can at least play football, man. Like this man showed, and even for the Jets, he's had some big games.
We had Sean Mannion and Kellen Mond, and I said we should have drafted. We drafted, and I said we should have drafted a quarterback this year.
Why? Why do you feel like that though? If you think Kirk's gonna be here till he's 40, why do you feel like that? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Quarterback under Kirk.
If Kirk's gonna be here till he's 40, so you want a guy that develop for like 6 years?
We said 38, right?
No, you said 38. Dave wants to go longer than you, SK. Believe that.
Never said that. Ever. I'd play until he's, as long as he's viable. And I thought I would agree with SK that it's probably at 38.
All right, so 38. So you and SK agree that we only get 3 more years. Potentially,
he might play longer than that, but I'm just saying at a high level.
I don't want him here. If he do play longer, I don't want him
at a high level.
So, Rap, let's say this. We go out and
these Kirk haters,
some miracle reason, some miracle, because we know as Minnesota Vikings fans, it never happens. It never has happened. We go out and we win the Super Bowl this year with Kirk Cousins as our quarterback. Does your sentiment change?
Of course. A Super Bowl is definitely going to change me. Like that's going to change anybody. But
NFC Championship,
right? NFC Championship might change me too. You know what I mean? Because that's still pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? That's still pretty decent.
We're not far away from. That's not out of the realm, Dave.
Yeah, so we can like that. This is the thing, SK. This is the thing, SK. I don't.
He's talking about that Kwesi would not extend him.
More of a realist, man. Like we know we've.
You're not a realist when you're saying Kwesi's going to move on from Kirk Cousins after this year.
Oh, why is that not being real? Why is that not? I didn't say this year. You ain't hear me say that. You ain't hear me say that. You heard me say at the beginning. I said there's 1,000% chance. I said, and everybody in the chat can tell you.
Next year, after 1 year,
that Kirk's gonna be.
I'm saying move on because you said he wouldn't extend him, but he would play out his 1 year and then he would go.
I said he's gonna finish out his contract, man.
Right, that's what 1 year, and that Kwesi would not extend him another year like he did this past.
Bro,
year.
What makes you think that Kwesi would just extend him just because? Like, what gives you the confidence to just think that? Why you think that?
Because of our record, man.
Man,
are you not watching? Are you not in the same season as me? Are you not in the same season as us?
You sit right there.
Are you not in the same season?
Oh, I'm in the same season. In the same season. You feel me? But
you're hot and cold per quarter. I mean, I got you saying get rid of him and trade him, and then I got you saying that, oh my God, he's good. Oh, and then hey Dave, find me a silver lining in this game. And I'm like, I don't know, the 92-yard drive for a touchdown, the 3 for 3 in the red zone. I mean, plenty of silver linings,
bro. Listen. Dave definitely needs to join the Grade 8 show.
You were literally 0-5. He's 0 for 5. This is trash.
all right, Dave. We're not winning because of Kurt or winning.
Oh, we're not winning because of Kirk. Okay.
What I don't know. I think there's a couple games.
This guy did 3 MVP videos, and now we're winning in spite of Kirk.
Yeah, he made a couple good throws. No, I'm that's the comment. That ain't me. I was.
Well, look, I think we can all agree, right? We're all in agreement that Kirk is going to be the quarterback in 2023, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I said that. I said he's going to be the quarterback next year. Yeah.
Well, I mean, was it even after he said he melts down? If he melts down in that first game?
I said even if he melts down. So yeah, SK, you told me if he makes it to the Super Bowl and the NFC Championship, would that change my mind? And I said, yeah, that would change my mind because a Super Bowl, obviously, you win a Super Bowl, bro. Like,
but melting down,
it's gonna be a whole different game. That's gonna be a whole different world. But I'm saying, like, say this, SK, say we go into the wild card round and he melts down and throws 3 interceptions. You know, what I mean, it has a really horrible game. What's the narrative at that point?
Well, he's still going to be our quarterback next year, but now
I'm just making sure Rap still says that,
right?
Yeah, but now that the whole narrative comes back is okay. The only thing holding back the Minnesota Vikings is Kirk Cousins.
Not so being able to win the big
narrative
games.
At that point, if that type of game does happen for Kirk, so like there's only a few things I think changes the future of Kirk after next season. Yeah. And one is if Kirk wants to get top dollar at the quarterback position, say, you know, he doesn't go out there and you know, win an NFC championship, win a Super Bowl, but he's still demanding that big money at 37 years old, then I think Kwesi's gonna look at it and be like, you know what, man, it's time to move on.
Which he will be.
Well, I can't necessarily say that.
He hasn't taken less money. He hasn't taken less money.
He has. He absolutely has.
I'm asking Rap because he doesn't think so. He's actually taking less money twice.
I didn't say he hasn't, but I say he won't though. He wants the big bucks. He wants the big bucks.
Well, ahead, I mean,
finish SK.
If you're a 38, 37-year-old quarterback and you have that kind of, you know, not rapport, but you kind of got that narrative throughout the league of you're not that guy, you can't get the job done. There's going to be teams out there that are going to pay you, but they're not going to pay you top dollar because they don't believe you're that guy. So Kirk is eventually going to have to come to a point, if he doesn't win that big game, as in the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship, he's going to have to realize, okay, I'm going to start having to look at this kind of like Tom Brady. I need to have a great team around me. I'm going to have to take a little less money. Now, if he is wanting, you know, big money and trying to you know, bleed the franchise dry as much as he can for cash, then we got to move on. And I think we will move on. But if he doesn't, which Kirk's a smart guy. Yeah, he's comfortable here. He has the coach he wanted here. And Kevin O'Connell, like, I just think the chemistry.
I think he wants to retire a Viking. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that, I think with him saying that and with him feeling that, which I think he has said it before.
Yeah, I think he wants to retire. Yeah.
He will consider taking that pay cut towards the end of his career, because he's going to have a guy like Jay. Okay, Kwesi's going to come up to Kirk and say, Kirk, look, we got to pay JJ. He's going to be the highest paid receiver in NFL history. We got to keep him in bill. If you want your number one wide receiver, it's either you or him at this point. Are you going to take a little off your, pretty much like the Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams situation? Yeah. You know, look, Aaron, you know, can take some of your salary to keep Devontae Adams around? No. All right, we'll trade Devontae Adams then. Which, in this case, if we're looking at a 38-year-old Kirk Cousins, and they have the option between, okay, either, you know, extend JJ or re-sign
out the door
a 38-year-old Kirk Cousins, we're looking for a new quarterback at that point.
Dave's gonna be like, man, you crazy. We should have got rid of JJ instead.
No. Dave knows better than that.
Nah, you think
that's what I got to deal with. I got to deal with this. No, wait, there is a SK. Since you're a reasonable person, and the guy up here, the guy to your right is kind of a wow. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to say next. So it was brought up one time. I think we're on a halftime show, and I think me and Rab both kind of agreed that JJ, you know, he's breaking records under Kirk, but the Vikings would probably have to strike now because of an aging Kirk to try to get JJ under contract longer while Kirk's still the quarterback. Because if we wait longer, well, now Kirk's 36, you know what I'm saying? He's 30, you know, he's 35, he's 36. Well, I want to go to a younger quarterback. Would it behoove the Vikings to make sure they sign JJ long term after this season?
I would. Because if you want to look at, you can backload the contract, and then once it's time to bring in that rookie quarterback that's on a rookie contract, you're able to pay JJ those, you know,
and he's under contract, and you can
exactly. You don't have to worry about we got to worry about making sure we got the right quarterback and JJ's happy, and then on top of that, we got to make sure he's getting his money too. You know, Rob Brzezinski's going to work all that out. I'm sure he's going to do what's best for the team.
The capologist, man.
If it was me, I would definitely extend JJ after the season. There's no point not to. But I believe you pick up his fifth-year option. I'm not sure what the cap hit is on that. But if you're able to,
he'll probably be like 9-10 million or something, or who knows, it might be up a little bit later, you know, in 2 years. But
yeah, so I think it all depends on where this team is. If you're going into next season as a contender, which it looks like we're going to be, is how this season's going. We're 10-2 right now. It looks like we're gonna make a run at the playoffs.
I thought next year was going to be our year. I thought going into this, I thought next year was going to be our year.
Yeah,
me too. But you look at next year now, and you're saying, okay, we can pick up that 5th-year option, and it's $9-10 million cap hit for Justin Jefferson, and then we can take that extra $20 million that we are going to have to pay JJ if we give him an extension, more than likely, depending on how the numbers work out and how they place all the numbers back loaded, front loaded, signing bonus, whatever it is. You now have that cap room to go out and sign stars and big names that you can plug and fill into your team that gets you over the hump if you can't get over the hump this year. So I think it all depends on where this team is after the season, what happens this season. And look, like I said, if it was me, I'd extend him after this year, backload the contract, so when you do bring in that rookie quarterback, you don't have to stress on, I got to pay Justin Jefferson, I got to pay this guy, I got to pay that guy. You got a quarterback on his rookie deal. So,
boy, SK on his shit tonight, boy. He talking that talk tonight, boy. Yeah, boy, you must be off something tonight.
So SK, but JJ has the leverage, right? I mean, obviously,
absolutely,
and he could easily, sit out, right, and demand the contract. I don't feel like he wants to do that,
right? Let me stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're just being silly now, Rap. You're just being silly. So he basically has all the leverage, and if he wanted to, he's going to get that extension. I mean, and we'd be dumb not to do it. And he's going to set the market. And it's almost like we got to. I don't know how much it's going to be, man. I do not know how much it's going to be. And $40 million a year for a receiver. Do you think it's going to get that high?
No, I don't think it gets that high, but we're looking at $30 to $35 million a year.
I think it's higher than 30. I think 35 is probably.
I think we'll be around there because I think 30 is what it is right now.
It also depends on how long you wait too. The longer you wait, the more you're going to have to pay.
Well, definitely. I mean, and and then there's 2 years. You're playing with some uncertainty. You can go to a receiver and say, okay, let's go 32. I don't know. It's going to be over 30.
I say we give him receiver. I say we give him the Patrick Mahomes deal, man. Sign him for 10 years
for a receiver. Yeah, I don't see why not. But I mean, it's a different position. It's a different level contract. So quarterback is a position to where quarterbacks don't get injured that often. Receivers are taking a little more hits. They're taking hits at the knees, at the ankles, to where that 10 years is a really big contract for a wide receiver.
For sure.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
It seems like in the NFL, 5-year contracts are where it's at. And honestly, I think like in his case, I would think he would set a contract to get another contract. You know what I'm saying? Would there like, hey, I'll sign a 4-year, 2-year extension contract. So what, at age 27, 28, he can sign another big one? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Something like that.
I ain't gonna lie, like wide receivers nowadays, man. We were just talking about that earlier. Like, I mean, JJ's JJ, and I give him that. He's JJ. But I'm telling you what, boy, the guys that coming out of college nowadays, these wide receivers are stepping right in. They stepping right in, bro. You get them with the right quarterback and the right offensive scheme. I mean, they're balling out. You know what I mean? That's all over the league this year. So.
I mean, it's also the offensive schemes in the NFL now. It's so much more pass happy.
And I know we love JJ, and yes, he's definitely a number one in my book. But there is a lot of guys that now. I mean, I think by the time you sign him for 5 years, there's going to be other people coming out of college that are going to be showing signs like, damn, look at this dude. You know what I mean? So,
we got to be grateful for Justin Jefferson.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's be real. Just outside of him being just an absolute baller on the field, the dude's humble. You never hear him complaining about not getting the ball. I mean, he doesn't really have, much reason to complain about not getting the ball. He gets the ball very often, but he doesn't give off that diva attitude. Yeah, he's in the spotlight. He shines.
Praises his teammates too.
Yeah.
He praises his teammates.
Exactly. So we should be extremely grateful. I mean, look over in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They got George Pickens over there throwing a fit on the sideline because they're not throwing him the ball. And he's proven absolutely nothing in this league. And he's already throwing a fit and being a diva. So,
and I wanted him.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, SK. He's had a couple good games now. He arguably has one of the best catches this year too. Like, I mean, they were comparing it to JJ's, which I still think the circumstances of JJ's is better.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. You know what? I never did see that play.
Pickens
So
had
I'm
a hell of
go
a catch,
Google it.
boy. I ain't gonna lie. He had like an Odell catch too this year. That was crazy.
No,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it.
And I'm not taking anything away from him in that fact. He's got great hands. He makes spectacular catches.
Not JJ though. You're right though. He's not JJ.
Not even necessarily comparing him to JJ. I'm just saying you haven't proven anything in this league for you to be a top receiver and be crying for the ball.
Exactly. Yeah.
So with having a guy like Justin Jefferson that is so productive and is a superstar in his right, with him being so humble and not, acting out, you got to be grateful for that. He's a humble kid. So yes, he's gonna break the bank for this team. We got to just accept the fact. It's worth it. You're not only getting a great player, you're getting a guy that's great in the locker room and a guy that you don't have to worry about off field, getting in trouble, drugs, guns. You don't have to worry about that with Justin Jefferson. So we got to be grateful,
grounded.
man. Very grounded.
And he had good, his brothers and stuff. He fought with his like the next oldest brother, but is the quarterback brother, the oldest. Yeah. I think he taught him a lot.
All right, so but before we get out of here, SK, man, we've been on an hour and 20 minutes, man. But before we get out of here, so we know Granddaughter got it right, man. He said, true, man. All aboard, it's sleepy time, man. You know that, Granddaughter, man. We about, and Dave been on live for 3 hours straight because he had a show right before this. So we got to
check out my show. Breaks. SK, did you check out my show?
Yeah, you got to go watch it, man. With Gary Coleman.
Hey, Greg is my dude, man. I got a 30-second story about Greg. So when we played the Chargers out here in LA, because I'm in LA. Yeah. What was it? Last season? Yeah, it was last.
You're
last
so
season.
LA. You're so LA.
I know, right? Last season. So I had a dope sports weekend to where I got to go to the Clippers game, who happened to be playing the Timberwolves the night before the Vikings Chargers game. So I go and I'm rocking my Vikings, jersey in the arena for the Clippers game. I'm sitting behind the Clippers bench or the Timberwolves bench. And as the game ends, throughout the game, my boy's like, yeah, I went to the snack bar and there was this Vikings fan there, this older dude, and he kept talking to me about the Vikings. And, he had really good knowledge. And I told him, you run your own media network, blah, blah, blah. Right. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're leaving out of the arena, walking up the stands. And I see Greg Coleman across the stands, and he's pointing at me, and he's like, there's no way you're wearing a Kelly Campbell jersey. And I was like, I'm wearing a Kelly Campbell jersey. And he's like, let me take a picture with you. So Greg Coleman actually asked to take a picture with me, which made me feel like amazing, made my whole weekend. I was like, dude, I know who you are. I should be taking a picture with you. I see you all the time. I see you on the pre-games, which he actually doesn't do anymore. He retired, but
this year, actually, February or January. Yep.
Yeah, right before the season started. So yeah, Greg Coleman, he's a really awesome guy, really, really nice, and I gotta go check that out. I know he had a bunch of
he had a good show, man.
Yeah, we had a lot. He had a lot of good stuff, man. He had a lot of good stuff.
I told Dave to ask him how he feel about Kirk Cousins wearing number 8. You know what I mean? But Dave,
he gave us the story. Did you hear this? Here's the story. He said that Rick Spielman came up to Greg and said, "Hey, we're signing Kirk Cousins. Would it be okay that he wears your number?" And then he met Kirk Cousins at a golf event, and Kirk Cousins came up to him and said, "Thank you for letting me wear your jersey." That's how much respect they gave Greg Coleman.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, man. Before we go, SK though, man. So so back to the Wilson thing. So you would be okay with bringing Wilson in though, right?
I would, but to develop him behind Kirk. And it wouldn't be next year. He wouldn't play next year. And he probably wouldn't play the year after that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're on the same page,
in my opinion. But it's the timing thing. It doesn't seem like it works out right, in my opinion.
Yeah. But it was just a topic of discussion, man. It worked. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
I'm not giving up no damn first or second round pick for him. No.
Oh shit, no. No. We ain't doing that. No, we ain't doing that. We might trade a player.
Our second round pick's already gone this year anyway.
We're already missing picks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll trade a player. I'll trade a player. You know
hey, do you think we're gonna trade down and get like? Do you think Kwesi's gonna trade down a lot and recoup some picks?
I don't know what the hell Kwesi's gonna do. Because, I mean, we only got one kind of sample size of a draft from Kwesi, and, I mean, it hasn't been very good so far, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But we don't really know.
Well, I'll give him till next year on this draft class. I give 2 years, I don't give 3.
One thing we do know is he's not afraid to pull the trigger. Like, he will make a splash move. And that's something that Rick Spielman didn't really do, or he rarely did. Right. So Spielman was always the guy to trade back and accumulate all those damn 7th round picks. I mean, Kwesi is trading within the division and swapping picks and doing just weird, quirky stuff. But hey, we're 10-2. It's working out so far, so I can't complain. Right?
Working out. Competitive rebuild, man.
Competitive rebuild. Love it.
Yeah, for sure,
Let's
man.
keep competitively rebuilding.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, look, we appreciate everybody tapping in, man. This show was brought to you by Rinaldi's Pizza and Pasta. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with them because we didn't get to shout them out. We've been arguing. It's Dave's fault, man. Dave was arguing with me.
He wants this. I gave it to him today.
Rinaldi's Pizza and Pasta. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with them, man. Let them know that the Purple Coat sent you. Also, Nautical Bowls. We got Nautical Bowls. Go there. If y'all like Kirk Cousins, because SK, am I right? Didn't Kirk Cousins go there or something like that?
Yeah, he stopped in there. Chad Greenway owns a few of the franchises, franchise that does sponsor us, or the store that does sponsor us. That's one of hit Chad Greenway's stores, which is really cool.
I miss Chad Greenway.
Mention the purple code, you get that family discount.
Yeah,
both
man. Mention the purple code, man, when you go there. For sure, man. And we appreciate everybody that tapped in tonight, man. It's all love. We love y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all keep tapping into the Purple Code. We got shows pretty much every single night. So y'all will see RAPZ again on Saturday with SK right before we play the effing Lions, bro. The Lions. So, man,
Lions are in the playoff hunt.
They in the playoff hunt only because a graphic has to be made, man. You know what I mean? Dave, you got anything else you want to say before we get up out of here?
No, man. Hey, check me out tomorrow on the SKOL experience. We got a big Viking fan, Shelby Tweeton, former American Idol contestant. She made it to California, so she should be fun to listen to tomorrow.
Oh, this should be fun to watch. I was gonna say something, but let me not.
Don't get dirty.
I love me some Shelby. She cool.
Oh Shelby cool. Yeah, Shelby.
Have you met her or talked to her or know her or what?
Yeah, I talked to her. I mean, we haven't linked up in person, but we've talked Vikings and stuff like that. So
yeah, she's super cool, man. Appreciate her covering the team and shit. It should be a good show. I'm definitely gonna tap in.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good night.
Peace.